question says, according to the book of Genesis, Adam was the first man that was created. Then he knew his wife and gave birth to Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel. Cain was placed with a curse. Then he became a wanderer. Afterwards, he met other people. He even got married. My question is, who were those people? Since Adam was the first man that was created.
Number one, you must understand that the average lifespan of the people of the old ages was about 10 times our lifespan today. So the average life expectancy today is maybe 70, 85 in developed nations, 85, 90 at most. But in their day, it was 950, 955. If you study scriptures carefully, you would even notice that our patriarchs and matriarchs did not usually start having kids until they were 60. Because they lived up to 900, 800, 900, and Methuselah was approaching 1,000. God cut him short. Okay? Now, that's the first thing you must understand. Number two, you must settle it in your spirit that Adam and Eve had sons and daughters. Apart from Cain, Abel, and Seth. You must settle that in your spirit. Now, if you understand the first thing I said, that they have a lifespan of over 900 years, and they don't even start giving birth until today's life expectancy is over. 60, 70, 80. When we say, you live very long, call to glory. That's puberty. In the olden days. They were just preparing to start having children. Which also meant that they could have children for a long time. So that sons and daughters was in such a way that for hundreds of years, they could actually keep having children. That explains the ability for them to populate the earth in a way that you don't read off in the scripture directly. Now, if you remember, their oldest brothers, Cain, Abel, and Seth, by the time they were born and they grew up, maybe Cain and Seth, they became city builders. Okay? They built cities. In fact, at the naming ceremony of Cain's first child, he did the ribbon cutting on a whole city he built to welcome a child. So they had the mindset of preparing for colonizing the planet. So that also meant that all their other siblings who were born from their parents easily already had a life and a job because their eldest ones were city builders. Are you still there? So what happens is they were also allowed, as it were, to marry each other because they were the only human beings. You only have what you have now because there's enough human beings to go around. But in their day, the only option was to marry each other. And they had permission to do it because in the first place, their mother was born from their dad. Eve came out of Adam. So it was not an abomination to be in covenant relationship with your sister. Okay? Do you get it? So that's how they proliferated themselves throughout. It was their brethren and their brethren's brethren throughout the world for hundreds of years that made up. Don't forget that we were not giving timestamps for how long Cain and Abel were in the garden. How long Adam and Eve were in the garden before they fell. We weren't giving the time. We weren't giving how long after. We weren't giving when. We were not giving any of those times. So we have the possibility of understanding that with that lifespan and that level of fertility rate, anything is possible. Who were those people? Siblings. Siblings. Yes.
Thank you very much, sir.